All right, it is fixing to be a stormy day here in the city of Aurora, here in the area as well. We're looking at about 3 to 4 risk chance of severe weather this day, but nevertheless, the real estate world still will go on unless for whatever reason the properties are no longer there to buy. Otherwise, the property is going to be there tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of hail damage. We'll see. We don't know, right? The weather changes all the time, but in the meantime, right, we're going to go ahead and look at the real estate market this morning, as we do every single morning, to see what's happening here in the real estate market in Aurora as of this morning. Every single day here, I bring you this update to show you what's happening in the market up to the minute. This is not delayed. This is not just results coming in after the fact. No, this is in the moment. You can say live, but we did record this in the time. But anyway, let's take a look here and see where are our properties at today. In general, the whole Aurora area right here, all the properties, be it from single family detached, of course, but from the lowest prices of $150,000 all the way up to millions of dollars. So far this morning, we have 433 properties available for sale here. You can see this here on the map, all those little green check marks or little pins in the properties. This is all the homes that are available, and this is just a small portion of all of them. There's many more there to see, but if you want some more information about those properties, reach out to me and I would love to help you out. Phone number is here in the back. I'm having you do a little bit extra work because it's 630-777-4597. You gotta just kind of flip it around, right, and see that. But we don't have time to do that here, okay? I'm not a video editor, I'm a realtor, so I will leave that to the pros. All right, but anyway, going back to this, now the real estate market as well is not just singular, right? The real estate market is for everybody. So if you're an investor looking to purchase a property for getting income and getting a gain and a return on your investment, then this portion of the video is for you, okay? This is the part where the next 2 to 3 minutes we're gonna talk about what's in the market for you. And once you get the results, then you can go ahead and go on your way and just continue on with your life. If you wanna stick around, if there's any new properties that we have to scan, then I'll continue the video and scan that property, okay? So let's take a look and see what the properties are today for that particular area. Okay, so let me put in the filters here. And $300,000 or less is the filter that I'm applying. And let me just tell you again, just to give you a little bit of context, we've been trending around 19, 20, 21, 22 properties per day in the range of, $300,000 or less. That's the range we're looking at. Okay, so that's what we're expecting to have. Now, if you include the private listed properties, if you include any properties that are not being shown at the moment, then that number will go up to about 33, 35 or so, okay, in the general Aurora area, as you saw there in the circle. In fact, let me show it to you right now. The circle that we're talking about is right here. That includes Aurora proper, Montgomery, Oswego, as far south as even Bristol and west. There's Sugar Grove in this. There's a little bit of Batavia, a little bit of Naperville, okay? It's just within about, I would say, maybe 15 minutes or so of the Aurora area. It's like a radius around, okay? So in this, literally, that's what it is. So as of this morning here, 33 properties are on the market, okay? Now, these are homes that are, private listed. These are homes that are also temporary no-show status at the moment, and these are some that are reactivated. Some of these are new on the market, right? So there's a lot of moving parts to this, but these are all of them that you could see. Obviously, you see some in Boulder Hill, you see some in the west side of Route 31 here in Oswego, and a little bit here, when it comes to properties on the west side. Yesterday we were having 6 or so, and now we're having about 7 or so here in the west side of Aurora. Now let me go ahead and apply the filter that will weed out those that are private listed and temporary no-show status, okay? Let me go ahead and do this right now. Bring up the map, and there you go. From 33 now down to 22. All right, so there you go. That's what you have here. Now, we're staying the same, right? The real estate market has not changed as much in the last 24 hours. So that's great news. If you're looking for the properties, folks are buying properties every single day. They're going on the contract. As a matter of fact, I could tell you right now, according to, I was going to actually show you something here. Let me just look here in the market, move this out of the way. In the last 24 hours, we did have, it looks like, where is it at? Okay, 23. Look at that. 23 properties went on the contract yesterday in the general Aurora area. So you could see here that those properties that come in and those that go out are just constant. But again, when it comes to these homes that are 300K or less, there's 22 properties available here for sale. All right, and we did remove those that are, again, temporary no-show status. We did remove those that are not being shown. So the ones that are being shown here in the west side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties. One as far south as Prairie Street. This area right here, as I'm zooming in, let me actually see if I can put up the satellite You zoom in this area, it's more of unincorporated areas here. I do see homes that are, you know, around the price range of, yeah, $285. This looks to be in the higher end on Calumet Avenue, right? This property here is looking good inside. Of course, that's why they're asking for $285, but usually you see about $200,000 to $250,000 asking price in this particular area. As far as, you know, Prairie Street goes, I mean, I do see a lot of you know, new construction and whatnot here in this area. Other than that, I mean, here in the west side, Elmwood, we do see this property over there on Foreign Lane going for $295 at the moment. And then another one here on Pleasure Court, that one's going for $295. And then finally here at $250, the one on Illinois Avenue, that looks like it got back onto the market, okay? So as you can see there, some photos are virtually staged, but all in all, that property looks pretty solid. And for the price that they're asking of $250, I think it's a good deal, because again, homes like this would probably go higher, I would say. And then on the east side, we do see some, you know, properties as well here. Let me go ahead and put the map. All right, there we go, clearly see it. All right, so we do see some properties north of Claim Street, 4 of them there in this particular neighborhood here. It's pretty hot at the moment. 4 properties for sale right now, under $300,000. And then we do see some more south of, you know, Galena Boulevard. It's another major artery here in Aurora. And, you know, north of Ashland. So we do see some properties there. And I got to say, you know, there's a property here on Bank Street that had multiple offers yesterday, and it still looks like it's active. But I do want to say that that property is probably already under contract. Just that, you know, we're getting to the point where they're going to put this contingent today. All right, so let's take a look. Out of all the properties that are available right now in the market, you know, I want to tell you that of those, which ones of those have a highest and best due ASAP, right? Let's find out, okay? Of those properties that have highest and best, we have 2 right now. We have the property on Spring Garden Road, this property right here. They are in receipt right now, okay? Let me let you know. Right now, this property is in receipt of multiple offers. Let me just show you here how it looks like in the inside. All right, so if you love this house and you want to go ahead and make an offer or go see this property and you're pre-approved already, give me a call, 630-777-4597, and let's have a conversation about this property and go and see this property, all right, if you don't have a realtor, okay? Now, again, this property is in receipt of multiple offers received. I could get into the details here and show you, you know, what it is exactly that is going on with this particular property here. And let me just see what the highest and best would be due. Sunday, March 8th by 4 p.m. So that already passed and it's still in the market. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, it does say multiple offers, and that's why it's important for a realtor to go ahead and take a look at the detail just like I did right now, so that, you know, you're aware of, hey, don't go see this property, right? The highest and best was already done, but for whatever reason, it's still active on the market. It hasn't been updated. You know how it is. Sometimes folks just don't get around to it. But that property, I would say by all means, it's already under contract. It's just not there. So don't waste your time trying to see that property there, because you're not going to get it. Another one that should be already off market is this property here on Bank Street in Aurora. This property was hot. I walked it, and there was always someone outside, you know, always trying to see this property. So that's another one. I had clients as well show up to this home as well. And the reason why it was so hot was because, you know, it's a promising area. I saw that homes in this particular area can sell for around $330,000 or so, give or take. And especially if you're able and savvy enough to add another bathroom to that property, because it had 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. If you can add another bath to this property, oh, for sure you can get a good number on that one, on a return on your investment. All right, but that one had multiple offers, and it's highest and best. All in all, after all these homes here, besides those 2, none of these have multiple offers. At least that's been publicly reported. It would be a good practice for the listing agent to, you know, have it as such. But if they didn't, no big deal, okay? So that's basically the market report in a nutshell for you. If you're looking to see what's happening in the market, that's what we see right now. And like I said, there's no multiple bids active at the moment besides those 2. But again, I believe, and I have reason to believe, that those are actually contingent at the moment. It's just a little bit, you know, delayed in getting that update going. But other than that, we do see, again, 22 properties available for sale now. Let me kind of give you the idea, right? Because it's one thing to, you know what's in the market, right? And that's cool and all. But, you know, the average realtor will leave you, investor, out in the dark, just basically, hey, figure it out yourself. There it is, you know, just figure it out. And that's not what I'm about, right? I want to make sure that you, at least as your YouTube realtor here in the Chicago area, that, you know, I would run the numbers for you and not leave you in the dark, right? So that's what I am doing here. So, and just taking a look here at some of the homes here that are on the market, let me do something as well here in the background. I'm going to bring up all the properties that are in in the market and that I've already scanned. Okay, that's what I do. I like to call it the market scan. And the market scan is basically me going after the properties and running the numbers and making sure that it makes sense for an investor, right? So that's what I've done. And of those properties that I've seen so far, I've seen there's about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5 properties that make sense to buy as a buy and hold, and the properties that are going to be as follows. Let me just show you them right now. Here they are. All right, so there it is. There's one on Bank Street, the one that we just talked about. Again, I think this one's going to go under contract today, so let's ignore that one. Let me go ahead and just move this out of the way again. All right, 1 second. Push the wrong button here, so let me go ahead and just bring it up again. Reset this. Come on, give me the deals, right? Once again, let's just double check our work, right? 500 cash flows, one of them. That's why I include this in the list. Another one, I've calculated a $400 cash flow. Another one, $700 cash flow. And another one at a $500 cash flow. Oh yeah, that's what we do all the time here, is that we're, at least I am. I mean, we're independent contractors, so it's not like a team is working on this. I myself know what's needed. I bring you the information so that way you're able to be informed. Get out there, see the properties and write offers, right? That's what we're all about. So it's the property here on Bank Street. I think that's going to go on the contract today. Sard Avenue, that one's been reactivated on the market. It's asking for $209. They have not changed their price. They went on the market on the 25th, so they've been they've been in and out of the market for the last 2 weeks. So it's been 2 weeks on the market. Here's how this property looks like here on Sard Avenue. That particular area, give me a call, 630-777-4597. If you want me to give you some ideas, insights into the area, at least some statistics, right? Excuse me. From the area, let me actually take a drink out of this latte here. Cheers, my friends. Somebody texting me back. Cheers. All right. So that's what this property looks like. And the reason why I have it here is because that one, according to my calculations, that property can go for $2,000 a month for rent. And if you include the mortgage, and there's a little bit of rehab costs that I see, that one could go for a cash flow of $400 per month. Now the big one that I like here is this one on Woodlawn. Again, it's 2 bed, 1 bath, so it's a small house. It's been on the market already for 59 days, but it's there. I mean, technically, do I like the numbers? Yes, I like the numbers, right? I ran the numbers and the numbers look good. But, I mean, when you look at the property itself, it's another story. I get it, So I'm just giving you the setup so that way you're at least aware of what properties are. I mean, would you rather have a whole pile of properties and then you have to skim through them all? Or would you like for me to rather look through the properties and then give you the best of the best? Then you go ahead and further disqualify the properties if they don't fit you. I think the latter is best option, okay? And that's what I do without apology. The final one here is on Smith Street in Aurora, 406 Smith Street. This one here has been on the market as well for 59 days. Take a look at this one here as well. Look at the interior. This is the one that I said that you have to kind of suck in your stomach so you could kind of get into the kitchen. I mean, I know that I'm supposed to be selling homes, but at the same time, I got to be honest with you. All right, so here, man, I'm looking at the kitchen once again here. Maybe about, it looks to be 24, 30 inches or so of clearance. So anyway, that property has 950 square feet. So that's a small house. That's a small house. The one on Sard Avenue, once again here, looking at this one, 1,350 square feet. It has 2 beds, 1 bath on that property, 1.5 baths, excuse me. So look at that. The size of the house is pretty impressive, actually. I would say it only has 2 beds. You could, if you make it into a 3-bedroom home, the numbers can go higher. You can rent it for more. You can flip it for more, so that's a good opportunity for that one on Sard Avenue. All right, so let me just one more time here take a look at the market and just to make sure that we're not missing anything, okay? So that's the portion, by the way, okay? Listen, if you wanted to know, how the real estate market is and how the rental market looks like and what flips are available, there they are. Obviously, always give me a call, 630-777-4597 if you are interested in knowing up to the minute, whenever minute you call, I'll let you know what the properties are. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to text and it's one thing to email, of course, but that's very, very impersonal. I'd rather, you know, do the videos like this so that way you can see it in person and you can grow and understand it, right? There's always value in being able to share with you the facts and the information, and being able to, you know, just show you in real time not only the property but the thought behind it, the thought process and the calculation behind it, of course, right? So if you agree, obviously leave a comment below and make sure to let me know what you think. All right, other than that, I don't see anything new that came on the market. I mean, the last update that I see here in the market was at 1:40 p.m. yesterday. So I think it's safe to say that in the last 12 hours or so, nothing new's coming on the market yet. So it's fine. If you're interested in any of these properties, want to know more even about the off markets that I have generated here with my own blood, sweat, and tears, then reach out to me here at 630-777-4597. Again, it's Luis Torres here, realtor here in the Aurora area with OnPath Realty. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation about it, okay? With that said, don't forget to like, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next one.